This is VOA News. Via remote, I'm Marissa Melton. The number of U.S. coronavirus cases in the United States topped the 1 million mark on Tuesday, even as several states began taking small steps to reopen for business. According to the count by Johns Hopkins University, 1 million is by far the largest toll for any country in the world. The global number of cases is at 3.1 million. More than 58,000 Americans have died from COVID-19. Now that's more than the number of Americans who died in the Vietnam War. Some U.S. health officials say they believe the actual number of U.S. cases may be higher than reported because of a lack of testing and reporting. Those officials are also warning state governors not to be too hasty to allow businesses to reopen, saying any premature easing of lockdowns and social distancing could lead to a new surge in cases. There are reports of a rise in the number of new cases in states that have started to ease restrictions, including Georgia, Iowa, Tennessee, and Texas. The White House has been inconsistent on recommending whether states can start lifting stay-at-home orders. President Donald Trump has said it's time to get the U.S. economy moving again. He has thrown support behind protesters who filled the streets of many state capitals, demanding stores and other businesses should reopen. The top health officials from the United States and Taiwan conducted a rare telephone conference on Monday to discuss working together to fight COVID-19, as well as expanding Taiwan's participation in the World Health Organization. Taiwan has had surprising success in limiting the outbreak to just 429 confirmed cases and 6 deaths. Taiwan is, however, neither a member of the WHO nor the United Nations because of opposition from China, which refuses to acknowledge Taiwan as a sovereign state. This is VOA News. Wall Street ended a 4-day winning streak Tuesday after several major tech stocks dropped ahead of quarterly earnings reports. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 32 points, down a fraction, while the Standard & Poor's 500 and tech-heavy NASDAQ were both 1% lower. European stocks fared better on Tuesday. London was 2% higher. Frankfurt and Paris both gained 1%. Major Asian indexes were also higher. President Trump is signing an executive order today meant to stave off a shortage of chicken, pork, and other meats on American supermarket shelves because of the coronavirus. The order uses the Defense Production Act to classify meat processing as a critical industry to ensure that production plants stay open. The order comes after industry leaders warned that consumers could see meat shortages in a matter of days after workers at major facilities tested positive for the virus. About half of the millions of U.S. workers laid off by the coronavirus pandemic could end up earning more out of work than when they had a job. That's according to a new analysis of jobless benefits. As part of the U.S. recovery effort, the government is sending an extra $600 a week to laid-off workers through the end of July to augment widely varying unemployment payments normally paid to jobless workers by each of the 50 states. On average, states pay unemployed workers 45% of what they were earning, but with the extra coronavirus payments, the Labor Department says the payments should increase over the coming weeks from the average $377 a week to $978. China has criticized a decision by India to suspend the use of Chinese rapid testing kits for COVID-19 on the grounds they're faulty. The Chinese embassy in New Delhi has called the decision unfair and irresponsible. The Indian government's medical research agency has said it plans to return to the test kits to the Chinese firms from where they were procured and ask health authorities across the country to stop using them due to wide variations in their performance. In a statement, the Chinese embassy spokesperson Ji Rong said it is unfair and irresponsible for certain individuals to label Chinese products as faulty and look at issues with preemptive prejudice. China has become the largest manufacturer and exporter of medical equipment and protective gear as the pandemic wreaks havoc across the world. Other countries have also complained about faulty face masks and protective gear sold by Chinese companies. An asteroid just over 2 kilometers wide will pass close to Earth Wednesday, but scientists say the object poses no threat to the planet. The asteroid is expected to pass at a safe distance of 6.3 million kilometers from Earth. Marissa Melton, VOA News.